Hey everybody, ronarray here, and PoE Exile 3.26 is releasing very soon. So in this video I wanted to showcase my early Atlas strategy, which is pretty much focused on progression, and also some particular Atlas farming strategies that you can utilize early on while you're progressing and completing your Atlas. I'm going to explain all the steps and talk about the nodes that I think are going to make your whole experience better. Let's go. So let's talk about the Atlas tree, and especially at the start, I think June is going to provide a pretty decent amount of currency, since a lot of people are going to ignore it and just rush for higher tiers. So getting some June and banking on the new currency, in my opinion, is going to be very good at the start. So for the fast progression, initially, I would probably just recommend to focus on chance for 1 month of each of your maps to drop an additional connected map. And on top of it, I honestly believe that shrines are going to speed up your progression significantly. Combined with chances for June, I think it also can provide a pretty decent amount of initial currency. So just to progress faster, I heavily recommend to take all shrines right here, supplication, go for syncretism, together with drawn to power. That way you will get as much bonuses from shrines as you can get, and try to aim for chances to get shrines too. On top of it, it also will be pretty important to get shaping the mountains together with shaping the skies, because both of those nodes are going to help you out with dropping more maps, and it's pretty important in PoE Exile 1 because map management is going to make your life significantly easier. Since we will need to have at least initial maps too, I also recommend to take Commissioned Officer, together with a lot of Kyrox nodes right here. You're going to receive more Kyrox mission if you just will take those small nodes here and here, and Commissioned Officer itself will also give you additional chance to receive Kyrox mission in that. And if you will go to the right to get Solidarity and to the left to get Planner Tactician, you will also have more Atlas Scouting reports. That way you will constantly drop reports, you will always have a lot of those, and you will be able to use them for your missions, getting as much profit from them as possible, both on completion maps and just focusing on dropping some particular cool things from them. And right now, I believe that scout reports together with Kyrox missions and just basic nodes for map drop chance, such as shaping the mountains, shaping the skies, and even shaping the world, it's pretty important for early progression. We're not going to receive too much profit from them because we just don't have enough points and just enough parts of the tree dedicated for it. But I believe that taking at least Prolific Essence together with such bonuses Amplified Energies is going to be a pretty good idea, because it's going to drop constant essences and you will be able to sell at least some of them. So it's definitely better than nothing. And I also heavily recommend to take Remarkable Relics even early on, because that way there will be bigger chances for you to drop just better Scarabs overall, and it's definitely going to provide more profit. And talking about the rest of the tree, I think at the start, if you can handle Eldritch Gaze, or if you can handle Wrath of the Cosmos, I honestly believe both of those options are very good. So just make sure that you can clear them, and you will need to check the price for both red options and blue options, mostly for their currency, Ether currency and Exarch currency. If Exarch is going to be more, I recommend to go for Wrath of the Cosmos and World of Exarch, and if Ether is going to be close to Exarch, I would probably pick Ether, because in my opinion it's providing a little more benefits during the map runs. However, keep in mind that Eldritch Gaze right here is kinda harder to carry with your build than Wrath of the Cosmos. So if you're not sure how strong you are at the moment, you should just drop Eldritch Gaze and all that part completely, and just go here instead. So take Word of Exarch. You can also go up for the Light of Dawn, but it's not even that heavily important. Just taking Wrath of the Cosmos and World of Exile is probably going to be enough. I honestly believe that overall, usually currency for Exile costs more, because more people are running like Ether, especially when they're juicing a lot. So that way, if you just want to sell like basic currency, probably going Wrath of the Cosmos and World of Exile is a better idea. And another interesting part that I heavily recommend to take, I honestly believe that Ambush Scarabs, even after the changes, are still going to be pretty good, and since we are passing right here when we are going up, I think it's definitely worth it to take Trapping Carapaces, because that way you will be able to drop a little more Ambush Scarabs, and those probably going to cost more than other types. Maybe it's not going to be the most expensive set of Scarabs, but it's still going to be expensive enough to bother. And when you're progressing even further, I think it will be a great idea to drop like Atlas Scouting reports right here and invest more into Scarabs, into, for example, just like Eldritch Gaze, and maybe even more into Essences. You can always go to the left, take like Crystal Lattice, you can also take like Crystal Resonance for that too. However, keep that in mind that if you're going to take like Crystal Resonance, if you're going to take all Essences bonuses, it could be a little harder for you to kill the boss, especially if you're not 1000% sure how strong your build is at the moment. And the last part that I really want to mention, it's Pact with Energy. I honestly believe that Pact with Energy, even after it's got changed, is still providing a lot of quality of life in your maps. So just taking 2 points right here for Pact with Energy is definitely worth it in my opinion. If you want to complete Atlas also just like as fast as possible, you can even go further and just focus on Sulfit overall, improving your chances to just get Nika bonuses overall, so like you can take additional points for your maps to contain Nico here and here and here. If you're going to delve in the future, it's also going to help you, but even if you will not delve like at all, it's still a pretty nice bonus, because you will have more Nico rolls in your maps, and when you will have like Nico, Pact with Energy is going to provide increased damage, increased movement speed, and +1 to all maximum elemental resistances, which is a huge quality of life, especially when you're playing just the starter build and you feel like you could be a little not like strong enough. So I heavily recommend to take at least Pact with Energy, and if you have a little more points, you can always take like more Nika chances all across the boards to complete it as fast as possible. There is also a pretty nice Nika node down there, so if you want to get the chances, you can just take like Frantic Mining too, and that way it's going to look somehow like that. So like all chances here, and Frantic Mining as well. And another interesting topic that I believe, if at the start you just want maps, instead of investing into Atlas Scouting reports, and you could just repick all those points and invest all of them into additional chances to drop the maps. That way it will look like a little differently, but you're going to drop significantly more maps, especially at the start. That way it's going to look somehow like that, and you can save some points like getting things out of the scouting reports. So initially I think something like that should be like a pretty decent option for your early progression. But usually I recommend to just go to the shrines as fast as possible, then taking Shaping of the Mountains, progressing up, taking more shrines bonuses. The rest is probably going to come later, and you will be able to create a separate Atlas trees for different mechanics. Keep that very important part in mind, because I really feel like instead of changing first Atlas tree, it's usually feeling pretty good when you're just focusing on the second one right after. I'm going to leave both of those trees just in the video description, so check them out if you will need to look at them a little later. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you will have an amazing league start as usual. See you soon, and ronarray out.